Hey guys, it's Blair, and we're here in the Best Buy in Soho with Rod Ferguson, who's the senior producer of Gears of War 2. And so I'm just going to launch into it. What are the biggest difference between the first and second game?
There's a lot of differences, and the campaign itself. So the story mode is much deeper and darker. It's longer, and so we wanted to tell this story that was not only epic in nature, the sort of saving humanity on the planet, but also this personal story of Dom Santiago and finding about him looking for his wife and trying to bring some closure to that story. And then we have 7 new multiplayer modes. We have a new co-op mode called Horde, where you and 4 friends can go and just shoot up the locusts to get more harder and harder after every wave. And so we've just added so much, like the basic controls and the new weapons and new creatures and new vehicles, and I could go on and on.
Oh, and I know this sequel is a lot more plot heavy than the first one. Why is that? How did that affect the game, and why did you decide to do that?
From Gears 1, we heard that people just want to know more about the story. We were really proud of the story and the pacing. We wanted this summer blockbuster feel, but we felt like people did want to know more. And so we decided that we really wanted to sort of take it deeper, and having Josh Ortega, our new writer, and work with him to try to get more sort of depth and emotion into the story.
And can you tell us a little bit about the new weapons in the game?
Oh, sure. Well, we have lots of new weapons. We have things like the new pistol called the Gorgon. It's a burst fire pistol. It's used by our new locust called a Cantus. He's a locust monk, and he's a terrible thing to fight. But he also has an ink grenade. So we added a third grenade, which is this poison gas grenade that you can throw or tag on a wall, and once it goes off, you could die in the gas. We have our flamethrower, which is a lot of fun to play, using it's called the Scorcher. And we actually introduced a whole new class of weaponry, which is what we call the heavies. And one of them is like a Gatling gun type gun, which we call the Mulcher. It's slow because it's a heavy. You have to use both hands to carry it, and you can't run with it, and you can't evade with it. But once you can, once you fire up the Gatling gun and you start using it, it just tears the enemy apart.
Can you tell us specifically about the new co-op game mode Horde?
Yeah, it's sort of like a cross between an arcade game and a shooter, in the sense that you basically are starting off with you and 4 friends, and you take on wave 1, and then after you beat that you go to wave 2, and you're trying to set a high score, but after every 10 waves they get harder, and so they get double health and they get double accuracy and double damage as you go along, and so it becomes a sort of endurance test to see if you can make it all the way to wave 50, and it's a lot of fun.
What are the new features available in the online multiplayer mode?
The biggest one was the request from the players from Gears 1, which was they wanted to have a party system. And that's just the ability for you to make a team of friends and can stay together as a team and play over and over and over again.
Oh. And what extras come with the limited edition version?
The limited edition has a bunch of things in it, actually. It has an art book that that sort of shows the making of, concept art and showing sort of different stills from the game. We have a second disc that shows sort of behind-the-scenes movies, and it actually has these great sort of concept galleries where you'll hear the artists that made the art talk about the process and what inspired them to make that art. And then we have in the game, the Dom has a picture of his wife that he carries with him as part of his search for his wife. And then when you open up the art book, inside is the actual picture that he has in the game, signed by Maria. And then we have, you get the gold lancer as well. So there's a code in the game that allows you to unlock this gold weapon you can use in multiplayer.
That's really cool. And I guess my last question is, can we see a third installment in the series?
That's entirely up to the fans. So when in Gears 1, we didn't really look at Gears 2 until we knew that it was a success. And then that's the thing, is that we're success driven more than anything. And so we're not going to ever presume, because we're going to presume certain things, and therefore we automatically have a third. So we'll see. Things look good. I'm not going to say that we're waiting for a lineup, so hopefully it'll continue. And we certainly have left some opportunities in the game to. We didn't kill off everybody, and end it so that you could never do a third. But it's really up to the fans. If they dig it and they show that they support it, then we're happy to support them and give them another one.
Oh, thank you so much. For more information on Gears of War 2, log on to kiwibox.com.